team in the land for a 7th consecutive week. We're talking about the Arizona Wildcats. Tucson is where we find our Arizona insider, Brian Jeffries. And Brian, first let's talk about Nick Johnson. He's had a nice career so far to this point at Arizona, but his role has grown this year. What are we seeing different now this year as opposed to last season?
Well, Nick is one of the older guys on the team. He is the heart and soul of the Wildcats right now. He leads them in scoring. And if you look at his stats from a year ago, even from his freshman season, his three-point shooting is about the same as it was a year ago, but it's actually his two-point field goal shooting that's gotten much better. Nick has learned how to create his own shot, and I think that's been the key so far to him. He's the guy that everybody looks to on the team right now, not just as their leading scorer, but I think their leader in the locker room and a guy that they follow, and they followed so far to an 18-0 start.
Brian, the only Arizona player on the Naismith watch list is Aaron Gordon, who was also named the Male Athlete of the Year by USA Basketball. So far, he's avoided that dreaded freshman wall. Are there any signs he could soon dip in his production?
Right now, I can't see any because, first of all, he's a very humble guy. He is not somebody who walked onto campus saying that I'm the greatest. He wants to be part of a winning team, which he has been so far. He's usually the first guy to practice and the last guy to leave. So it tells you a little bit about his work ethic. And there's nothing that is showing any signs right now that he's going to crack under pressure. And I think because this is a very balanced team, he has fit in extremely well.
Iowa State, Ohio State, Wisconsin, top flight teams are going through losing streaks. Where does the next big challenge come for Arizona? And if there is a loss, how does Sean Miller avoid turning one loss into 2, 3, or 4 straight?
Well, the Wildcats have Colorado and Utah at home this weekend, and playing in McKale Center is very difficult for opposing teams. It would shock me if the Wildcats lose at home. Next weekend, they go to the Bay Area. Stanford is an up-and-coming team. California right now tied for first place for the Wildcats and playing extremely well. That's going to be a tough trip. And you would figure at some point the Wildcats could lose a ball game. And then the question, as you said, becomes to Sean Miller, how do the Wildcats handle it? And I think he is kind of setting the table right now for the team, letting them know that they can't take anything for granted. And if that loss comes, the most important thing then is to be able to put that behind them. They've seen a fellow Pac-12 team in Oregon go 13-0 and now lose 4 in a row. And so the Wildcats know that, you know, the season, I don't want to say the season's on the brink, but you know what it is? It's a question of just trying to stay consistent. If they can, if the loss comes, they'll be okay after that.
It is a marathon. You have to navigate all the way through to March and beyond. Brian, thanks very much for being with us.
All right, thank you.